What happens when realities collide? What I mean by that is if you are manifesting someone who doesn't want to be manifested, what happens and who has free will in these situations and whose free will wins out in the end? That is what we are talking about today. This was a question that has been asked. In fact, it's a common question I get, like what happens when my reality collides with somebody else's reality? Who's in charge of the reality when there are multiple people in reality and those multiple people have free will over their reality? What's going on when realities collide? That's what we're doing today. Stick around. If you have found your way to my channel, you are in the right place. My name is Hedley and I am a Law of Assumption coach. If you would like to know more about me or my offerings, including Law of Assumption coaching, my self-concept course, I Am the One, there is a free version and a paid version, or my book, I Am Money, which will completely transform your relationship and experience with money. You will find all of those details in the box below this video or at my website, youaretheone.com.au. But if I could ask you to do one very simple thing, if you are enjoying my videos and you are enjoying this channel, to please engage with it in some way, whether that's to give it a like, comment, press that subscribe button on your screen. That would be most appreciated. Thank you so much. I have gone to record this video a number of times, and each time I go to record it, it's not working properly. And then I realized, okay, I'm holding the assumption that I don't know how to communicate this. So I am infinite knowing and I am also infinite communication. I know exactly how to communicate this topic in a way that is going to be easy and practical and make sense. Keep in mind, we've always got to start with the right assumptions. And if something's not working, that's generally because our assumptions running behind the scenes aren't up to the level that they need to be in order to do what it is that we want to do. Because I want to record this video. I really want to record this video. So I have to check in that I'm holding the right assumption, which is I'm infinite knowing and I'm knowing exactly how to communicate this video. So let me get into the question that was asked, which I have been asked many times over the years. It's a question that I'm sure you guys have asked yourselves at some point, or perhaps even are still asking yourself, because it can be one of those doozies where you're like, well, hang on a second. If my reality interacts with their reality, who's in control here? Who's in command? Like, I've got free will and they're in my reality and I'm the one with 100% free will, but they also have their reality and they have 100% free will of their reality. What the hell's going on? And whose reality is winning out here? So it's a really good question. Now, this person has asked to remain anonymous. It was also asked in light of their specific person. They were saying, like, if I'm wanting my specific person and they have no free will in my reality, but they're not wanting to come into my reality, what the hell is happening? Like, do I have free will or do they have free will? And whose free will wins out in the end? Good question. They also said here, I keep hearing coaches say all the time, in your reality, you are the only one who has free will and your specific person has zero. I simply don't get it. These two realities, my reality and my specific person's reality, has to overlap somehow if we're a couple. So whose reality is running the show here? See what I mean? It's a really good question. It also has the capacity to be confusing. So we're going to hold the assumption this is easy to understand, and I am understanding it perfectly because I am the infinite I am. I'm infinite knowing. I am aware of all that I need to know in the moment that I need to know it, and I'm able to understand whatever it is that I need to understand in the moment I need to understand it. So let's come back to the absolute beginning. This is the core principle of law of assumption. Consciousness is the one and only reality. Reality is the reflection of consciousness. Consciousness is all there is. Consciousness then gets reflected back in reality, which appears to be real and fixed, but it is a holographic reflection of what is real and fixed within consciousness. If consciousness is the only reality, then let's work with consciousness. Now, consciousness itself is one energy. Consciousness, God, imagination, infinite possibilities and potentials, that is one energy. One energy that has been expressed through infinite and multiple forms and in infinite and multiple ways. So the same energy, the same one energy, has been birthed into infinite forms. Now, those infinite forms are finite. That's the law of polarity, where the positive and negative charge is always in existence. So everything has its opposing charge. So the infinite is finite. The finite is infinite. Everything has its opposing state, but it's one energy. Everyone is an expression of that one energy. Within that one energy is one desire. That one desire is oneness. That one energy desires the experience of itself. But in order to have the experience of itself, it requires duality. It requires contrast. That's the third dimensional experience. For one energy to have the experience of itself, which is its one desire, that's to experience its wholeness, its fullness, its completeness, it requires duality. That's the incompleteness. That's the unwholeness, or the broken, or the injured, or the unhealed. That's the finite. So one energy has one desire. And that one desire is oneness. That's the experience of itself. But in order to experience itself, it requires duality. It requires contrast. And that's the split. So within each form, that's me, that's you, that's everybody on this planet, we come from the one energy. Even though we are a form, we're a finite form of that one energy, we still have the full capacity of that one energy, meaning my imagination, your imagination is the full capacity of that consciousness. You can be, do, and have absolutely anything in your imagination. That imagination is the infinite consciousness. So even though we are in these finite forms, we still have the full capacity of that one energy, the full capacity of I am. It's the full capacity of God. It's the full capacity of imagination, whatever you want to call it. We have the full capacity of it in every single one of us. That means we have 100% free will. So I have 100% free will as to how I use my consciousness, my awareness. If you're looking out into your reality and you're seeing somebody else out there, you are also seeing the finite expression of the infinite one energy from which we all came, who also has complete 100% free will over how they use their imagination, their I amness, their awareness. They also have the full capacity of that one energy, which is their imagination. That's the setup. However, if I am the infinite I am of my reality, which means I'm the observer of my reality, and I have the full capacity of I am, of God, which means I get to be, do, and have absolutely anything I want, and here I meet up with someone who appears to have an opposing desire. So let's say I'm wanting them and they are not wanting me. Who then wins out? If I'm the infinite I am, then shouldn't I be able just to command them to do what I want them to do? Okay, now this is where things get interesting. There's a phrase in the Bible, I am that I am. Remember, it's all I am. We are all coming from the same one energy. It's one energy multiplied into infinite forms. And those forms are finite, but they still have the full capacity of the infinite consciousness. I am. So I'm looking out at reality and I'm seeing somebody at second person. I'm seeing you, or third person, which is they, depending on whether I'm speaking to them, which is second person, or I'm looking at them at a distance, which is third person. So now there appears to be separation between me and them, okay, or me and you. There appears to be separation. Now this is the amnesia. This is where we forget I am that I am. What is really happening is I am observing myself in another form. Now if that form enters into my reality, they have entered into the holographic reflection. They've entered into my consciousness. Now remember, I am that I am. So I am observing another expression of myself, which is also I am. Keeping in mind, I am has one desire. That desire is oneness with itself. So if I'm looking at that person and I'm wanting them and they don't want me, that goes against the one desire of union with self. I am only has one desire, and that is wholeness. That's union. That's completeness. That's to know itself within the duality of the contrast. That's the reunification with itself. So that must mean that I am missing something. I'm out of alignment with I am. And I can absolutely guarantee you when it comes to a specific person, that's what most people are doing. They're focused on them. They're wanting union with them. They are wanting to be with them. And them is not the answer. They are an expression of I am, and I am has one desire, and that is unification with itself. So if I am looking at them, then I'm out of union with myself. I'm out of alignment with I am. I've forgotten myself. I'm focused on them. If they are manifesting me away, that's me manifesting myself away from them. Because even though they are the I am of their reality, I am still the observer of my reality. There's no way to get around the fact that you are observing your reality from I am. And whatever you are observing is a reflection of you. So if somebody appears to be rejecting you or moving away from you or consciously manifesting you away from them, you have to come back to I am. That's you. It means it's not them. They are helping you. They are pointing you back to the source of who you are, which is I am, which is the one energy, which has one desire, which is oneness with itself. It is never out there. And most of us think that unification, we're looking out there because we're thinking that they are the source of love. They're the source of the infinite. That feeling of infinite, amazing love that we feel when we meet ourselves, I am, and we're reminded of that love. And then we focus on them thinking that they're the source of it. But they are the reminders. When we fall in love with someone, what we're doing is we're remembering ourselves. We're remembering where we came from, which is infinite love, which is love. And then we're feeling it in our bodies, and yet we're attaching it to them, thinking that we can only experience this feeling with them. And then we get fixated on them, and in the fixation of them, we forget I am. I am is the one who is observing them, keeping in mind that they are I am. And I am is only and ever helping. We're all helping each other home. We're all helping each other remember who we are, which is infinite love. As soon as you fall into the illusion of them, you have forgotten I am. And I am has one desire, and that is to remember its wholeness, to experience its wholeness. And that can only happen as long as you are aware of yourself and you are with yourself and you are home and grounded in yourself. And as long as you're focused on them, or they are, or he or she out there and needing them and the form that they are in, you have forgotten I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. And if that I am is saying no, then there must be a reason for that. They're reflecting back. They're not interested in me, so I'm not interested in me. What am I not interested in? I'm not interested in, of course I'm not. I'm so much more interested in them that I have forgotten myself. They can only ever reflect back the quality of relationship you are having within yourself, which is I am. I am Hedley is the infinite relationship that I am having with myself. As long as I'm in connection with myself, I can remain in connection with others. And others can be the reflection of that beautiful infinite connection with myself. And then I'm able to be fully present in myself, in presence with others. And I'm not fixated on them. I'm simply enjoying myself. I'm present. I'm with myself. I'm home to myself. And I'm getting to experience that beautiful feeling of infinite love from which we all came, from which we are all desiring to reunite with here in physical form. One energy, one desire, oneness. The feeling of infinite love within form. We keep forgetting that our form is the way in which to experience that love. There's not just one specific person in which to experience that love with. We get to experience it every moment of every day, as long as we can remain aware of it and stay aware of it. We forget, and then we look out there and we go, oh my God, I love them. They're so beautiful. And yes, they are, but they are just reflecting you back. I am that I am. 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 Everyone is helping each other home, and that is home to the oneness within. That is home to the infinite source, the infinite creator, which is I am. Everyone is an expression of I am, and everyone is helping each other return to the wholeness while here in physical form. We're here to experience the beautiful infinite oneness in the experience of duality. We couldn't have this experience, this sensory experience, without the duality. But the duality is not the answer. The duality is helping us return to oneness within this physical experience. There's not just one specific person. And I know that that fixation is so intoxicating. I've been there many times. But as best you can, rather than focusing on the form that you feel is the answer to all of your dreams and all of your happiness, focus on the reflection. And from the reflection, you will be able to see that their love is unconditional because your love is unconditional. You are unconditional love. And by them moving away from you or appearing to be manifesting you away from them, they are actually helping you. And that is what unconditional love is. We are all helping each other home. We're all helping each other to return to that oneness and to wake up from the amnesia that we came in with in order to have this wonderful experience. So if you find yourself not getting what you want in reality, or reality is reflecting back the opposite to what you're thinking you're wanting, take a moment to stop and ask yourself, is my reality actually helping me by not giving me what I want? Is it actually helping me come home to myself? Just be curious. But I can tell you, if you are frustrated with your reality because you're not getting what you want, that's generally because what you're wanting is out of alignment with the one desire of I am, which is for unification with itself. That is the infinite desire for oneness, for wholeness, for completeness in physical form. And in order to have that, we have to have the duality, but the duality is not the answer. I am is always the answer. So if you're confused, just come back to I am. I am here. I'm with myself. I am loving myself. I'm choosing myself. I'm aware of myself. I'm present to myself. Keeping in mind, these are all the things that you're wanting from them. But if you at least start by giving it to yourself first, come back to I am, come back to your self-concept, the story that you're telling about yourself. I am love. Therefore, I am loved. I am connected. I am with myself. I'm present. I'm here. I'm grounded. I'm abundant. I'm infinite. I'm beautiful. I'm perfect. Whatever you want the story to be, whatever feels good to you, go with that. And always start that story with I am, and you will know as long as you are with I am, you are on the right track. We'll talk more about this, but for now I will leave it there, and I am wishing you all a wonderful week. I'll see you sooner rather than later. I'm in Sydney, so I'm not sure if I'll get another video out next week. I'll see how I go. If I don't, have a wonderful week, and if I do, I'll see you then. Okay, thanks. Bye.